So today I decided that instead of doing a writing diary, since I can't seem to keep track of that, I'm going to start doing video. Yesterday was probably one of the worst days in a while. I have a lot of physical health issues. I have a lot of mental health issues. So, I moved back in the end of August, I think, to be closer to family, mainly my mom. Boy, guys, I'm almost certain that was a huge mistake. Her and my stepdad, they purchased the house next door for me. Mom wanted me out of the situation I was in. I wanted out of the situation I was in. So, okay, thought, okay, whatever. Mom said that she would pay my bills for me, until I can get my disability going. And, that being that. Everything was fine at first. And then, but the more that I've been here, it's almost like she resents me now. She's thrown up in my face several times that because of me, she no longer has spending money. I'm sorry. You're the one that offered. Yes, I'm the one that accepted. And maybe I shouldn't have accepted. Maybe I should have just stayed in the situation I was in. But I did. So now I'm here. But the kicker, the kicker. We've had fights, and I have therapy once a week, once every 2 weeks, however often I feel I need it, or my therapist feels that I need it. So yesterday, I asked her, if she could buy me something, maybe $5, $6 at most. And of course, I knew a lecture was coming because it's regarding money. I got the lecture, of course. But when she came by my house to drop off the item that I had asked her if she could get, it didn't stop with that. She asked me, hey, I need you to help me do this. I need you to help me do that. Okay, fine, whatever. I don't mind helping, especially when it comes to technology. She doesn't know technology. But it didn't stop there. So a few days ago, my son and I had stripped the living room so we could do a deep clean on it. Like taking everything out of the living room, starting with the floors, making sure they're clean, and then cleaning everything as we bring it back in. I get into one of those little bursts every once in a while, and when I started, I have tons of energy, I'm feeling okay, or I'm irritated, whatever. But then my energy level quickly drops. And so it took me a couple of days to get everything back inside. And because I didn't have everything back inside yesterday, she completely went apeshit. No lie. You know, after asking me to help her with certain things, then she started screaming and yelling at me and cussing at me, saying that when she let me move down here, that agreement was that I was to keep my house clean, which I do. It's not spotless, it's not perfect by any means, but hell, whose house is? And, you know, I'm fragile when it comes to emotions. I cry on a drop of a dime. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, at this point, I started crying, and you know, I didn't raise my voice this whole time, and then I did, and I simply said, I'm trying. Obviously, wasn't the answer I was supposed to give, because then I got the slap in the face with, well, obviously not hard enough. You do realize that I have a lot of medical issues and mental issues. So yeah, I can't just get up one day and, you know, just go like a typical person. No. It takes me a long time to do what used to take me maybe an hour to do, now takes me several hours. What used to take me one day to do now takes me 1 to 2 weeks. You know, it's bad. And she starts, you know, going off about my porch, you know, and all that good stuff. Well, I hear her stomp off. And at this point, I am like an emotional wreck. My son's trying to comfort me. And then, yeah, no, does it in there. Just wait. She stomps back up onto my porch. And I always knew that, like, my mom and my old stepdad were kind of racial. And so I didn't let myself be that way. No. I don't see the point in it. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's barbaric. You know, why? We're all human. Why be racial against, you know, anybody? Well, she starts throwing out some racial slurs, and this really, you know, just kind of does it for me. I thought about texting my current stepdad and letting him know what's going on, but I decided against it. I talked to some friends. They kind of helped calm me down. Hence the reason it's the day after that I'm doing this and not the day of. Otherwise, I would just be bawling my eyes out and wouldn't get anywhere. But I eventually, you know, calmed down from it. Did I go help her with those things that she needed help with? No. Because you do not ask someone to help you with something and then start screaming and hollering and belittling them and still expect them to help you. It doesn't work like that. I'm sorry. If you think it does, then No, you're wrong. But I feel like I need to have a conversation with her, but I know if it's a one-on-one, it's not gonna go anywhere. So my plan, or my idea, is to have my stepdad sit in, not say anything, not do anything, just listen. And I've come to the point now in my life, thanks to therapy and and everything, that instead of being in the moment and saying things that I'm going to regret, because I know myself, I know my mouth, I get up and walk out. So I'm hoping that I can get him to agree to have a sit down so I can express some feelings to my mother without a huge blow up, because it almost seems like when we are in front of him, she treats me one way, and then when we're not in front of him, it's almost like she resents me and belittles me and all this stuff. I grew up in an abusive family, mentally, verbally, somewhat physically, and my adult life has pretty much been the same. I'm trying to break the pattern, but until she sees what she's doing, it's never going to end. And because, okay, I'll put it out there. I suffer, or I have depression, anxiety, and PTSD. The PTSD is from childhood trauma, from marital abuse. There's a lot of things that led to the PTSD. But, and you get triggered. You get triggered easily. And her yelling and screaming and belittling me and throwing racial slurs at me are huge triggers. Like, every fiber of my being just wants to up and run. To where, I don't know. How, I don't know. But, yeah. I can't. So, for now, this is my plan. This is going to be my journey.